Hello, my name is Florian Bauer. I'm working for the Semantic Web Company, and today I would like to talk a little bit about the concept of semantic data fabric. What I'd like to show you today is a bit about the essentials of semantic data fabric and also a demo that Data.World and Pool Party have put together in a joint effort. So let's start with, why do we need this? Why should you care about a semantic data fabric? Well, you know, IT systems are getting more and more complex, the data volume is growing, and at the same time, we're facing a much increased demand of simpler, faster data for decision-making processes. And we want to start creating these kind of insights that we need for this decision-making, if possible, automatically. So here comes the semantic data fabric in place. The essential of semantic data fabric is that it's always built on existing investments in data infrastructure. It can leverage the existing data assets like data warehouses and data lakes that your organization has already built. It starts by cataloging your data assets, making an inventory of the metadata that describes the data, and making the catalog available to the whole organization. The data warehouse and data lake is very important here because we need a place to store our data, to govern it, to run our jobs, and so on. This data catalog is then the jumping off point for providing access to the data resources. But from here, you can start to harvest the knowledge of your organization. What is contained within data sets in a catalog? What do they mean? How they are connected, and so on. This is where the semantics of the semantic data fabric come into play. It's about capturing organizational knowledge in a structured fashion with linked data, which is actually an essential piece of the semantic data fabric concept. This semantic layer is formed from a so-called enterprise knowledge graph, which creates a uniform and unified data environment. And it powers and is powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence. So let's go through this step by step, because it explains very nicely on what different components the semantic data fabric is built on. All of it starts, as we said, with the foundation you have already built. A data fabric is never a greenfield type of deployment. It's essentially always deployed into an active and heavily populated data environment. The pattern is actually designed to be something that can be integrated into an existing environment and catalog and connect of what's already in existence. This can include data sources, such as data warehouses and data lakes, as mentioned before, web services and APIs, file shares, knowledge bases, and analytics and data visualization platforms. There are several components that an active data catalog building toward a semantic data fabric on top of that data foundation will bring. So catalog agents automate the process of extracting metadata from various systems and collating them into a data catalog. Data can be integrated in the data catalog via ETL processes. Data can also be integrated in a virtualized fashion where the data stays in place with the existing data systems, but is managed as if it would be directly integrated into the data catalog. The key of all of this is semantics. You want to integrate the data into a fabric based on what the data actually means, what it means in terms of real-world relationships, not just based on the technology choices made about how to store the data and manage the data. And to do that, the system needs one important, very important component that both Data.World and Pool Party are actually built upon. This is the so-called knowledge graph. And on top of that, a semantic middleware such as Pool Party Semantic Suite will allow you to enrich your data through semantic standards. Just to name some examples, you can use artificial intelligence and machine learning to achieve active metadata management. And of course, you can use natural language processing and deep text analytics, for example, to process also your unstructured data and bring them back into context with your structured data. And finally, what you obviously need is an efficient data delivery and data integration component to make all this enriched data available to users and other applications. But now it's time to show you a short demo on a semantic data fabric. The business case here is consulting companies always want to quickly find the best consultant to be assigned to a new project. And that assignment should be done based on skills and expertise matching to the new project. The challenge they regularly face is the data is held in various places in different data silos, and in various structured and unstructured formats. And very often the matching is not done based on data, but is done based on personal preference. So here comes the solution. We're using the semantic data fabric approach here to access data, enrich it based on semantic context, and use enriched data for a semantic AI application that I will show you in a second. What we do in this demo, we use the combined strength of a data catalog, data.world, and pool party as a semantic middleware to access the data in an augmented data catalog, to ensure that we have efficient data delivery and dynamic data integration capabilities to, on the one hand side, access the data, but also to deliver it. We use tools and features to utilize the semantics based on a knowledge graph. There is a skills taxonomy built in pool party, which will form the basis of that knowledge graph. And we use natural language processing to process all the unstructured data that we have in this example. This all leads into a semantic data fabric powered application that allows us to do the matchmaking we need. So let me show you this very quickly. So what you see here is a demo called the Semantic Matchmaker demo. First, you see there is a lot of different projects already in that system. They are coming from an open data source. We used an open data source from the European Union of project descriptions. We can access them easily. They are accessed via the data catalog in data.world. And what you see is there is a project description. That project description is unstructured text. It's just a text field that is describing the project. What we now can do is we can leverage the semantic capabilities of the semantic middleware pool party to create a so-called semantic footprint. So based on a taxonomy which contains over 21,000 concepts of skills, topics, and occupations, and was built on an already pre-existing classification scheme. Based on this taxonomy, we're creating a semantic footprint of that project. In the next step, we can easily match that with the consultants. The consultants are not in a database or somewhere like this. They are just CVs that were accessed through the data catalog, and we had some timesheet assignments in terms of capturing previous experience of those consultants. So what we see here is that we have a consultant called Louis Day with an extract from the resume, from the CV file about their skills. Again, we are using the semantic middleware pool party to extract the semantic footprint based on that skills taxonomy. And the system now can immediately match those consultants to the project based on matches of one semantic footprint to another. But here comes the interesting bit. We now can enrich that footprint by using the knowledge that is captured in the knowledge graph. So it's not just about providing a list with the best one-to-one matches, but now we can also take all the knowledge into consideration that is captured in the knowledge graph. And as a next step, we can also consider structured data. So we had some time sheets, time assignments of those consultants to previous projects. We can take this into consideration to ensure that the consultants with the best experience are actually scored highest. So if you're interested in a semantic data fabric solution, please get in touch with us. There is a whole webinar series with 4 webinars about that topic, which is also available on demand. And we would love if you get in touch with us. Please contact us. We would be happy to give you a guided, personalized demo and talk about your needs in more detail.